Feel like you're drowning in digital clutter? Welcome to the Azure-empowered data journey, a non-techie's complete guide. In just 4 steps, we will move you from chaos to total control. We'll show you exactly how to funnel your data into the right structured, semi-structured, or unstructured buckets. Then select the perfect toolbox from Azure Storage and powerhouses like Azure SQL and Cosmos DB. Most importantly, we secure the vault with encryption, access control roles, and a network fence to keep the bad actors out. Don't settle for simply storing information. Join us today and build a robust cloud foundation where your data isn't just stored, it's empowered. Ever feel like you're drowning in digital clutter? Welcome to the first step of data management, choosing your bucket. Think of unstructured data as your digital junk drawer, shoving photos, videos, and PDFs into one massive pile. It's rich with info, but has no pattern. Next is semi-structured data, like emails or JSON files. It doesn't fit a neat table, but it does have helpful tags and markers to keep things somewhat flexible. Finally, there's structured data. Picture a perfectly formatted spreadsheet or SQL database. It's highly organized, predictable, and allows for lightning-fast searching. Once you know your data type, you need a sophisticated storage strategy. For massive unstructured data, use object storage. Think of it as a huge tub for shared content. For a classic folder hierarchy, choose file storage. And for your highest performance needs, like virtual machine hard drives, you need block storage for solid, reliable disks. By pairing the right data with the right storage, you are no longer just storing information, you are creating a sophisticated strategy to keep your digital life running smoothly. Welcome to your guide on Azure Storage Containers. Think of this as choosing the right tool for the job. Our toolbox has 3 main compartments. First is object storage, also known as Azure Blob. This compartment is like a massive basket designed for unstructured data. Instead of folders, you just have discrete objects. It's built for massive data, scaling all the way up to billions of files. The best part? It is incredibly cheap. Next is file storage, or Azure Files. This works just like the familiar hierarchical folders on your personal computer. It's the perfect solution to share documents with teams, allowing everyone to access the same files. It works like a traditional network drive, so it is immediately familiar for teams to use. Finally, we have block storage, used for managed disks. This is your high-performance option, where data is broken into tiny, addressable blocks. This is what powers virtual machine hard drives and allows for the fast save and retrieve required by databases at lightning speed. Choose the right container from your toolbox to master your cloud storage. Welcome to your deep dive into Azure Storage Services. Understanding these products is your essential first step in building a robust cloud environment. Let's look at the 3 main specialists. First up is Azure Blob Storage, our object specialist. Think of blobs as the undisputed kings of unstructured data, like photos, videos, or raw files. You organize these into containers, which act just like digital buckets to hold your data. Blobs come in 3 distinct flavors. Block blobs are best for standard files and web images. Append blobs are perfect for logging scenarios, where you only add new data to the end. And page blobs are specifically designed for files needing random reads and writes, like virtual hard disks. Next, we have Azure Managed Disks, the block specialist. These are literally the hard drives for your cloud computers, powering your virtual machines. Because Azure handles all the underlying hardware, you never have to worry about a physical disk failing. You have 3 performance tiers to choose from: Ultra disks for extremely fast, demanding apps, Premium SSD for standard professional workloads, and Standard HDD, the budget-friendly option for backups and rarely used data. Finally, there is Azure Files, the sharing specialist. This service allows you to create a true cloud file share. You can connect multiple computers, laptops, and tablets to the same folder, and they all see the exact same files simultaneously. Because it uses the standard SMB language that computers already speak, it makes connecting and collaborating incredibly simple. Putting data in the cloud sounds risky, but Microsoft Azure actually provides security that is often much stronger than what a small business could afford on its own. It secures your information using three main methods. First, think of encryption as the digital scrambler. Azure uses 256-bit AES encryption. As soon as your data hits their servers, it is scrambled into an unreadable code. Even if a bad actor physically stole a hard drive from a Microsoft data center, they wouldn't see your photos or spreadsheets, just useless gibberish. Second is access control, deciding who has the keys. Azure primarily uses role-based access control, or RBAC, which gives people permissions based on their specific job. For example, a reader can view data, but only an admin can modify it. There are also shared access signatures, or SAS, which act like a temporary guest pass. You can provide a specific link that lets someone download a file for 24 hours, after which the link automatically expires. Finally, there is network security, which is like building a fence. By using firewalls and virtual networks, Azure ensures your data isn't just sitting out on the open internet. You can effectively build a digital fence around your storage account, telling Azure to only allow access to people from specific, trusted locations, such as your office building. Welcome to the powerhouses of Azure. Sometimes simply storing a file isn't enough. You need to be able to ask your data questions like, how many customers bought blue shirts in March? To unlock those precise insights fast, you need a database. First, let's look at Azure SQL Database. This is the gold standard for highly structured data. Because it's a fully managed service, Microsoft handles the boring stuff like updates, backups, and security patches, so you can focus entirely on your data. It is secure, reliable, and perfect for financial systems where every single transaction must be perfectly recorded. Next, meet Azure Cosmos DB, the global speedster. While SQL is great for structure, Cosmos DB is the king of the modern global web. It is incredibly flexible and handles semi-structured data with ease. Its global distribution lets you copy data to servers worldwide, giving users in London and Tokyo lightning-fast speeds. It also offers customizable consistency levels, allowing you to choose the perfect balance between immediate sync, required for a bank balance, or a slight lag, which is acceptable for a social media like button. Ultimately, managing data in Azure is about finding the right balance between cost, performance, and security. By understanding your data and choosing the right powerhouses, you can build a robust cloud foundation where your data isn't just stored, it's empowered. Welcome to your empowered data journey in Azure. Your first step is to understanding your information by funneling your data into structured, semi-structured, or unstructured buckets. This leads to selecting the right tools from Azure Storage Services: Blob for massive objects, Azure Files for shared folders, and Managed Disks for high-performance VMs. To protect your information, we secure the vault with encryption, access control roles, and a network fence to keep the open internet out. Finally, we empower your data with dedicated powerhouses: Azure SQL for structured reliability, or Azure Cosmos DB for a globally distributed NoSQL speedster. Remember, managing data in Azure is about finding the right balance between cost, performance, and security. Your data isn't just stored, it's empowered.